Hey, fourth graders. This is pages 233 to 234 in your language books. Nothing new to teach you guys. All review. Let's get started. All right, so think A says draw a line through each prepositional phrase. So draw a line through each prepositional phrase in these sentences. Circle the subjects. Underline the correct verbs in the parentheses 2 times. Okay? All right, so prepositional phrases. If you guys recall, I did a video about this. Prepositional phrases. Well, preposition is pretty much a word that tells you when or where. Okay. For example, these are two sentence frames that I can use to help me figure out if a word is a preposition. So the first one, the monkey ran, blank the box. So if I could fit in a word here, a where word, in this empty space, and the sentence makes sense, then it's a preposition. The monkey ran blank recess. This is a when word would go in here. Okay. So for example, the monkey ran in the box. So in is a preposition. The monkey ran out the box. Out is a preposition. Or the monkey ran on the box. So on is also a preposition, right? And for when words, the monkey ran during recess. So during is a preposition. The monkey ran after recess. So after is also a preposition. Okay. So remember, there are some words that are prepositions, but these sentence frames won't help you. Those words are of and except. Okay. Of is very important. It's really important that you know that of is a preposition, even though it wouldn't make sense in these sentence frames. But it is still considered a preposition. All right. And if you guys recall how to look for a prepositional phrase, first you will look for the preposition, and then after you look for the preposition, you look for the noun following the preposition. Okay. For example, if I said, okay, let's do the monkey again. The monkey ran in the box. All right, so first step would be to look for a preposition word. Okay, I know in is a preposition word. All right, and then look for the noun following after the preposition. So in the is not a noun, it's an adjective, right? In the box. Okay, so in the box is my prepositional phrase. Remember, a lot of prepositional phrases, they have adjectives in between, okay? All right. And they also might have, and in between. So it's important that you don't just stop. But if there's an and, then you might have more than one object. All right. So the monkey ran in the box. So in the box is my prepositional phrase. So in Think A, they want you to do this a little bit differently. So they want you to find a prepositional phrase. Here's a sentence. The sound of many voices was or were heard. So what's the prepositional phrase here? Look for a preposition. All right. Is there a word here that tells me where or when? Or is there a word that's one of our special words here that we can't figure out using these sentence frames? Okay, you might have noticed the of, right? Of is a preposition. So it didn't ask you to draw parentheses, but I'm just going to do it just to help me. All right, of. Now I'm trying to look for the noun following the preposition. So of many is adjective, voices. Okay, so of many voices is my prepositional phrase, and they want me to draw a line through it. Draw a line through it. Now second step, circle the subjects. All right, so what's my subject here? The sound was a word heard. All right, sound is obviously my subject. Subjects are usually person, place, or things, okay? And underline the correct verb in the parentheses 2 times. So is it the sound was heard or the sound were heard? All right. If you guys don't remember, was is used for singular nouns. All right. So sound is singular, just one. So we use was. Okay. If our subject was plural, then we would use were. All right, like if I said like the dolphins, if it was the dolphins, then I would use were as my verb since dolphins is plural. But since sound is singular, I'm using was. And yeah, so that's it. So the reason why we're doing this type of problem is because look closely up here. It says sometimes a prepositional phrase comes between the subject and the verb in a sentence. Do not let this confuse you. The verb must still agree with the subject, not the object of the preposition. All right, so I think this lesson, this think A part, is just helping you to, just reminding you that when you're trying to figure out, what kind of verb, whether you use a singular or plural verb, don't get fooled into thinking that your subject is voices. All right, it's not. That's a prepositional phrase. Voices is not your subject. It's sound. All right. So that means our verb needs to be according to our subject sound here, not voices. Okay. So I think that's what Think A is just trying to teach you. If you understand that, it's fine. Okay. Yeah. So do the same thing for 2. All right. Look for the prepositional word. Then look for the phrase. Cross it out. Look for the subject, and then double underline the double underline the correct verb in the parentheses here. Okay. Okay. Think B. It says underline each subject once. Underline the correct verb in parentheses twice. All right. So if you recall, if our subject is if singular, so let me erase this. If we have a singular subject, then that means I have to pair that up with what? A singular verb, right? And if I have a plural subject, that means I need to have what kind of verb? Yeah, a plural verb, okay? Plural. All right. So first look at your subjects, see if it's singular or plural, and then match that up, pair that up with the correct verb. So the first one, there is or are several girls on the committee. Where girls is my subject here. Subject is it's what the sentence is talking about. The sentence is talking about girls, right? Okay. So I have to underline that once. Sorry, so underline girls once. And girls is girls singular or plural. There's an S at the end, so it's obviously plural. So that means I have to I have to pair that up with a plural verb. If you guys remember, which one is plural? Is it is or are? Do I say the boy are funny, or do I say the boy is funny? Okay, so since the boy is funny makes more sense, and boy singular is a singular, and are is plural, right? So since girls here is plural, I would need to pick the plural verb, which is are. Okay? So just look for the subject, see if it's plural or singular, and then pair that up with the plural or singular verb. Let me make a list here. So singular verbs, for example, are, okay, so for examples for singular verbs is and was, okay? Plural verbs, examples of plural verbs are and were. So that should help you. All right, let's look at the other page. Okay, let's just continuing on from the last page here. Think C. The verb the verb has is singular. Have is plural. Fill in each blank with has or have. Okay, so has is singular and have is plural. All right. So let's figure out if the subject in our sentence is singular or plural. Here, I'll just put singular under here and then plural underneath here to help me remember. Okay, a pin blank a head, but blank no hair. So a pen, is it has or have? So pen, is that singular or plural? Is that, are we talking about one pen or more than one pen? We're just talking about one pen, right? There's no S thing in here. So singular. The pen has a head, but no blank no hair. So we're still talking about a pen. So if we're still talking about a pen, singular, what should go here? Has or have? Has, okay. Since we're still talking about a singular subject. All right. All right, let's do needles. So needles, blank eyes, but they cannot see. So our subject is needles. And needles, is that a singular, one, or is it plural, more than one? Needles. Since there's an S at the end, it's plural, so I have to use the plural verb. And our plural verb is have, okay? So have is the plural of has. So needles have eyes, but they cannot see. So do the rest. Same thing for the rest. Remember D, write the abbreviations for the part of speech above each word in the following Bible verses. So you'll be labeling each word, okay? So I is a noun, right? And then will is a verb, and so on, so on. All right, so do that for all the words, okay? All right, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, of course, you can always ask me. All right, guys, take care.